Hello everyone, Alchemicgree here. Welcome back to Dimension of Monster Girls. Now, last video we had to deal with a few girls wanting us, and now we're just gonna go from there. The next day, one day after being bitten. Yawn. Where am I? Oh, that's right, I'm in a village in another dimension. I don't know if I'm handling that a lot better than it sounds like I'm handling it. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to get a job at some point. For the next few days, I have to deal with the monster girls who bit me. Knocking? Who could it be? Is that Xander? Coming! I open the door expecting to see Xander, but that's not who I see. I jump back as soon as I look at her. There you are. How did you find me? Monster girls have a special sense to feel when the one they marked is nearby. If that's the case, then there's no use running from them. Your neck. You've been bitten by 2 others. Why did you run away from me? Now I have to compete for your affections. You have to be kidding me, stupid human. She pouts at me. She's a lot less threatening now that I know that it's really unlikely that she'll hurt me. Yeah, she's basically a tsundere. Some rich tsundere. Maybe you should have explained things better, not scared me half to death. You would have been terrified regardless of what I said. I was going to explain everything, but you just ran away. Do you know how lucky you are to be marked by me? Very, I come from a rich, influential family. You could live out the remainder of your life in luxury if you choose me. Now hold on just a minute. Both Lami and I turned to the door I had left open. There stands the Kraken who bit me. Don't go trying to win him over without us all here first. A Kraken bit you? This will be a lot easier than I thought. Human, you do not want to be with a Kraken. They are extremely possessive and will never have a moment to yourself. Is that supposed to be negative? I'll shower him with much more love and affection than you ever would. Darling, I'm sorry for scaring you. I only wish to care for and protect you. She walks in front of me and gives me a warm smile. I try really hard not to, but I end up looking down at her chest. Choose me and you can touch them all you want. Ooh, that is a tempting offer. Get those melons out of his face, you walking piece of calamari! I love this. I'm actually enjoying this more now. Bash! Oh, don't push me. Hey, don't fight. Stay out of this, human. What happened to waiting until everyone was here? Everyone is here. No, there's still one more girl. I was bitten by Plant Girl last. I know, she's in the room. She's hiding behind that chair. Yeep! I look at where the Kraken is pointing, see vines coming out from behind the chair. Hi? A Plant Girl? Curses, she might be a challenge. Their shy, innocent demeanor has been known to win over men. Yeah, I can see how. She's a threat, but I'm not. Krakens rarely ever win over a human unless they were the only one who bit them. I heard about one Kraken who bit 4 men and lost each one. What a poor excuse for a monster girl. Haha, that was you! Why don't you give up now? Don't be mean to her. She has the right to compete for him just like as much as you do. Quiet, Plant Girl. I'm sorry. If anyone should worry, it should be you. See how mean she is to me and the Plant Girl? You don't want such an immature girl as your wife. No, you don't need a woman who treats you well. You need there for you when needs her. I think he should pick me. I have tasty and healthy nectar he can drink when he's hungry. I know where to find any kind of fruit and vegetables, and I'm low maintenance. I mostly need only water and sunlight to survive. They argue amongst themselves for the next few minutes. I say silently for the most part, sharing my thoughts infrequently. Human, which one of us appeals to you most at the moment? Huh? I'm curious as well. I'd like to know who's leading in the race to win your heart. I want to know too. You want me to pick one of you 3? That is what I said. Such an idiot. Choose who make the biggest impression on you in both looks and personality. I won't be upset if you don't choose me. Please be honest. I have to think about this carefully. Which one should I choose? Ah, God, finally, the chance to make choices here. Well, okay, I guess I saved a screenshot somehow. Cool. So, Honestly, I guess I'll have to go with the Kraken because that's what I want, personally. Right now, it would have to be the Kraken. Don't get me wrong, she crept me out immensely by saying that she dragged me down to the bottom of the sea if she was the only one who bit me. That disturbed me. Ignoring that, I like the care and comfort that she shows me, and I don't think of me as a pervert, but her assets are really nice. Score 1 for giant boobs. I'm glad I didn't ruin my chances with you, sweetie. It would have been a shame to lose a cutie like you. Yeah, well, yeah, score 1 for giant boobs. Ugh, seriously, you are flirting with him right now in front of us? Enjoy your momentary win. I will take it away from you by the time the week is over. We'll see about that. You must be so happy that he chose you. Congratulations, Miss Kraken. Aw, thank you. You're a sweet girl. I wish I didn't have to compete with you. Oh, please. Although these are my feelings right now, it could easily change to a different girl, or to none at all. I barely know any of them after all. Now that it's out of the way, a thought has occurred to me. I didn't even know your names, human. That's right, I never told any of my names. I don't know any of your names. My name is Morgan. I am Reina, darling. My name is Iris. You may call me Mistress Beatrice. I will not! I'm not calling you Mistress. Why not? I'm practically royalty. I deserve your respect. Respect is earned, honey. How pretentious coming from a rich family does not give you the right to act like he's your servant. Humans may belong to us, but that is not what it means for them to be ours. He will not be a servant. I only want him to be aware that I hold a higher ranking than him. That is why he cannot simply refer to me by my name. You can call me only by my name. I don't mind. Neither do I, or if you prefer, you can call me honey, darling, lover, or whatever lovely pet name you come up with. I'll stick with your name. Yeah. Fine. I won't lose doubt to them. You may call him by name until you choose, and we are bonded together. If he chooses you. I have no doubt that he will when time comes to pick me. There's only 4 days left for him to decide. Are we all going to court him at the same time? We should get our own time together. I prefer to have alone time with Morgan. Me too, I do not want to have to deal with you two while I show him who the correct choice is. Oh, the air of... Oh, just the smugness in her. I'm glad we all agree. We just split up our times with him. Might I suggest we each get an entire day with him to ourselves and share the final day before a decision? That sounds fair. I call first. Second. Oh, I'm last. I guess I have no say in this. Afraid not, dear. You won't have much time to court you. The longer we spend here, the less time I have with you, since I am first. Come, human. You will not even want to see them after a day with me. I suppose I should follow her. Really doing this. Giving this serious consideration. These girls want me to marry, which is way more than I think a human girl ever wanted from me. Yeah, well, that's kind of what happens. Feels rather nice to be desired, despite the fact that I have even less here than I did back on Earth. Beatrice goes ahead to the village entrance while I stop to greet Xander. Good morning, Morgan. I see that your monster girls already found you. You should have told me about their ability to sense who they're bitten. I was pretty surprised when they showed up at my door. It slipped my mind. Sorry about that. It's alright. I'm about to head out on a date, I guess. Do you want to hear the rules that monster girls have to follow before you go? It might be... relieve some anxiety you might have. Yeah, why not? Alright. And there are some I've already told you. Rule 1. Monster girls may not harm humans other than marking free humans. Rule 2. Monster girls may not go after any humans already been bonded with someone else. The guy's symbol will repel other monster girls with the wife and kids, other than his wife and kids. Rule 3. They may not prevent other girls who bit a human the mark from seeing him. Okay. Rule 4. Monster girls may not kill another monster girl. Rule 5. Monster girls may not bite a human under 10. Rule 6. Only one monster girl may be bitten who's 10 to 12. Up to 2 girls can bite 13 to 15. Up to 3 for 16 and over. Monster girls who have been chosen by a child may not be intimate until they turn 18. Monster girls may not be intimate with humans until they bond with them. Monster girls may not bite a human who has already been marked by a member of their species. Oh, so like... that. So like 2 Lamias cannot bite the same guy. Okay. Those are all the rules, and that's all the monster girls follow. There's some natural limitations they have, so rules weren't made about them. When they mark someone, they temporarily lose the ability to mark again, so if they're not chosen, they will regain it. A monster girl who's chosen loses their ability to mark several. It's impossible for a monster girl to have 2 humans for herself. There are a lot of rules. You said they follow them strictly? Much more than we humans follow laws on Earth. Thanks, I think that gets rid of most of my worries I had remaining. One other thing that I think you should know is when you become bonded, you become bonded with them. Sure? Huh? You'll need to see each other pretty often. If you go a few days without seeing them, you'll basically feel withdrawal symptoms that get worse as the days go on. Keep it up for around 2 weeks, and you'll die. What? So I'll be a leash to them? Well, think of it that way. They'll do the same thing you do, and apart from you too long. What happens to the other person if one of them gets sick or dies of old age? The other won't be long to follow. That's just how it is. This is so much to take in. Just when I was thinking of starting to understand this world, I get thrown a curveball. You'll get used to it. Are you happy being married to a monster girl? Yes, I wouldn't change a thing about it in my life. I have a loving wife and 3 adorable little girls. I'm much happier here than I ever was on Earth. Wonder if I can end up like Xander in a few years. He really does seem to be happy. Hey, what are you doing? I've been waiting for 5 minutes for you. If you do not come with me in this instant, I will drag you in my koyas to where we're going. Beatrice seems quite upset with me for talking to Xander. Any time not spent with her, I'm going to set her off since this is supposed to be her day. Sorry, I'm coming. You don't have to do that. Have fun on your date. Beatrice and I walk in, or in her case, she slithers to a nearby town. I didn't realize you had towns in this world. Of course we do. Do you think we are that primitive? Well, the village is pretty small, and I was under the impression that most monster girls live in the wild. You are speaking about us as if we are animals. You kinda are, aren't you? How dare you! She puts her claw on my shoulder and gives me a nasty glare. I know she probably won't do anything to me, but I'm still a little intimidating. I didn't mean it in a bad way. Do not say something like that again. I am a proper Lamia who lives a civilized life in a mansion in this town. Is the mansion in the background? I do not go in the wild unless I am in the mood for hunting or to see if a human has appeared. Some monster girls do live uncouth lives in the wild, but most of them do it because it gives them a better chance of encountering an unmarked human. I see. I'm sorry for offending you. Good. You must always apologize to me if you upset me. I can believe that simply saying sorry to her is feeding her ego. My stomach growls. That was loud. I haven't had breakfast. Come to think of it, I haven't had anything to eat since I came to this dimension. That will not do. I will not have my future husband dying of malnutrition on my watch. You need to be as healthy as possible for my sake. Once we are bonded, your death will mean the death of me as well. It sounds so selfish the way she puts it, but I can see that she's more concerned about me than she's letting on. She doesn't want to admit it because she's too proud. She was concerned that I wasn't eating well when I first met, too. There's a place around here to eat food, so what am I supposed to do? I only came with a currency orchard, so no good here. Have you not been listening to me? I told you I come from a wealthy family. We own and manage a number of businesses in town. Choose whatever place you like to eat and lunch. I do not concerned about the price. I will pay for everything. Are you sure? If you are to be mine, then I will take good care of you. I expect you to learn about managing businesses like I have, or at least become my assistant, but you will never have to worry about not having enough money to eat properly again. I will only ask one more time, what do you want to eat? I'm not really much of a salad eater, so that's already out. And I don't want to... this is going to be a bit of a toughie, mostly because, like, I like burgers, I do, but I'm kind of craving... I kind of like fried seafood. That's just my thing, so if I had to really pick, I guess I'll take the seafood option. Is there any place that sells anything? I'd like to try a lobster. Haha, that is fancy food for someone like you. What is that supposed to mean? I thought you said the price didn't matter. It does not. I was not expecting you to say something like that. You look like someone who would be satisfied with a tuna sandwich. There isn't anything wrong with a tuna sandwich. I was right, so why the interest in lobster then? People on Earth make a big deal about it, so I want to see if it's as good as everyone says it is. It is okay. I would prefer something meatier, personally. It's still a decent choice. You're evaluating my choices. Yes, I'll marry you regardless if you choose me, unless I happen to seriously dislike your personality, but I would like to know how much we can get along. You'd marry me if I had a minor dislike, though. I already slightly dislike you, and I am still interested in becoming your wife. We monsters cannot be picky. Humans are in small quantity after all. Okay, so you're really losing your shot with me, honey. If they aren't picky, and some of them are probably in loveless relationships, that's kind of sad. Do not think too deep on it. I think I can grow to like you. You do not seem too bad. Thanks, I guess. If If you are getting that, then I will get some sausages. Sausages? You sound surprised. Why? I figured you'd get something more, what's the word, high class. Do you take me for a snob? Yes, actually! You've given me no reason to think otherwise of you. That's not the word I'd use. So rude. I didn't say that. You're the one who said it. Either way, you did not refute it. I eat enough high-class meals at home. They're not bad, but sometimes I want to eat something else. Is that so wrong? Not at all. Go on and get it. I'm not going to stop you. Like you could. I would not listen to what you say about my eating habits. But she's perfectly fine with judging mine? Okay. Are you that upset at me for saying something so small? No, it's just difficult to fight against my Lamian nature. I naturally want to take complete control of the situation, but I do realize that it would make an unfair relationship when you pick me. She's still using the word when. She has no doubts that I will pick her. I do not want you to be my slave, but I do not want to be bossed around by you either. I wasn't trying to boss you around. Really? You were not trying to imply that I displeased you? Huh? How in the world did you come up with that conclusion? It would seem I overreacted. You think? All this because I was surprised she was going to eat sausage instead of something fancier. Okay, look, I've been in bad relationships, and that's usually a red flag right there. So, you're losing major points. At least the psycho Kraken and the shy plant girl, you know, they at least seem to be trying. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's super obvious I'm not interested in this. Be quiet. I was going to apologize. You can forget it now. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Okay, sorry for that I overreacted. She looks away from me in embarrassment. That must have been hard for her to say. It's alright. Enough of this. Let us grab something to eat already. Beatrice takes me to a restaurant where we both order what we want. The restaurant's pretty nice, it looks casual, but it's clean and has a lot of selections. She gets sausages as she would. Our food arrives only 10-minute wait. This looks so good. She eats her food very quickly. An expression of satisfaction forms on her face, seeing this side of her. It's pretty nice. Why are you looking at me like that? Shoot, she got me staring. No reason. You're blushing. Were you seriously thinking about something inappropriate while we were eating? Tell me it's not because I was eating sausages. I wasn't, but now you got me thinking about them, so let me just stare a little longer. What? No way! You are denying it awfully strongly. Do not think. I believe you. I seriously wasn't. Pervert? I'm not a pervert, I'm telling you. I wasn't thinking of anything inappropriate. And what were you thinking of? I was just thinking it was nice to see you so happy from eating the food. You usually have a smirk or an angry look, so seeing pure happiness was nice. So that's what you were thinking. Yes! God, these people jump to a lot of conclusions in this game. I apologize for calling you a pervert. That's alright. Well, start eating, Morgan. We do not have much time. Right. After lunch, Beatrice shows me around town. It's a small town, but apparently all towns in this dimension are small. There are only around 7,000 humans and 30,000 monster girls living throughout the entire dimension, so large towns are not needed. Tell me about your history with girls, Morgan. How bad was it? Hey, why do you assume I have no luck with girls? Because you came here. Only guys who have been unable to make significant romantic connections in their lives appear here. I can understand for the psycho guy with the gun mentioned, but Xander, who was 10, how does that even work? Every guy that was teleported here was like that? I just said that. Note to self, she really doesn't like when you repeat her for clarification. Why do only they get teleported? Maybe for a stronger bond with the monster girl that bit them. Or maybe since they are easier to seduce because they were more likely to be desperate for a woman's touch. I do not know. Our dimension itself produces a portal every once in a while to bring in a human from your Earth. The portals seem to have a mind of their own. There's no questioning them. I cannot tell you why these guys are about to look for. That was useful information, actually. Thank you. This world is incredible. It's not magic, but it's awfully close to. I wish I could show it to my parents and friends back on Earth. Hey, I just realized you did not answer my question. What is your history with girls? How many have you been with? How far have you gone? I've gone on dates with about 20 different girls, and I've ever got as far as light kissing. 20? You have been with that many girls before? She looks shocked, and I can see some sadness in her expression too. Oh, are you jealous? Most of them were dinner dates that ended right there. The others only lasted about a week. I've never had a long-term relationship. They always dumped me. That is a relief. I thought for a second that you just played around. I would hate if you were the type of guy to play around with a girl's heart and then leave her when you're bored. I'd never be like that. I know what it feels like to get your heart crushed in a million pieces. Our longest relationship was 1 month, and I thought everything was going good until I went to see her one day, and I found her in bed with another man. Ugh, that is disgusting. I have heard a lot of humans cheat, but I do not understand what could possibly make someone want to do that. Shockingly, there's a lot of factors behind it, depending on the relationship, but in like an ideal relationship where everything's working out, either the guy or the girl is just, well, they're scum. Simplest way to put it. I do not get it either. You do not have to worry about that with me. It is against my nature to cheat on the human I bonded with. I would have to strongly fight it to cheat. But why would I? It would not benefit me. It is against our rules, and I have no interaction crushing someone's heart. That is why you should pick me. You will never have to worry about me seeking out another human. Doesn't that also apply to Reina and Iris? I was hoping you would not think of that. Sneaky you are not. Oh, shut up. She pouts because things don't go her way. Starting to grow fond of her. It's still crazy that I have to choose one of them to marry in a few days. In this given indication, I think I could live with her. Tell me more about you. I told you something about me, so tell me something from you. Do you have any siblings? 8, as a matter of fact. I have 2 older sisters and 6 younger sisters. Wow, that's a really big family. I know, my parents only intended on having 3 kids, but they just wouldn't stop having sex. It drives me crazy. My room used to be right next to theirs, so I could hear everything. I don't take back what I said about you, but, you know, you're funnier now. Do you know how much that scarred me as a child? I have no idea what they were doing, and it scared and confused me. Ouch, that never happened to me and my parents, but I'd be pretty disturbed too. If they kept this up, we'll reach double digits soon. Haven't they heard of protection? They say they get lost in the moment and forget about it. They are lucky that they are so rich that, or it would be hard for them to care about the younger ones. My youngest sister hatched only 2 months ago. Hatched? You came from an egg. Do not look at me like I am strange. All Lami has come from eggs, and several other monster girls do too. Sorry, I just wasn't expecting that. Are you a mammal or reptile? Mammal. I am more human than I am snake-like, Morgan. Which I'm glad for. Call me shallow, but if you were any more snake, I'd have a hard time considering you. Does that mean Reina is out of the question? She is more squid-like than human-like. That's true. I'll have to wait until my date with her tomorrow, but you and essentially Iris have an advantage in that department. Yes. All I have to worry about is Iris, and I'm sure our time together that you will see that you would pick me, right? I do not want to get your hopes up and then disappoint you, so I won't answer that. I did have a really good time with you, though. I wish I had more time to choose, because I would like to get you know better. I would like to get you know you better too, and I enjoyed myself far more than I thought I would. You are now out of the dislike zone. Welcome to the tolerate zone. Cool, because then you're going to throw me in the friend zone, and I'm going to go into a rage. I suppose that's as good as it get right now, even though I think it's pretty clear that she likes me. I guess I'll have to work on getting to a better zone if we marry, won't I? No, that's right. Do your best, Morgan. We'll see. I like what the sky. The sun is starting to set. Soon it will be dark and time for me to go to bed. Beatrice lives here, so she doesn't have to worry about finding her way back home in the dark, but I do. It's getting late. I guess it is. I better head back to the village before it gets dark. If it get dark before then, I walk with you. You are a weak human with poor eyesight. You can get attacked by a wild animal or fall off a cliff and die. You will be safe by my side. Thanks, Beatrice. I appreciate you going out of your way to help me. Think nothing of it. We leave for the town, then we spent the entire day and start walking back to the village. That is my new home. Beatrice was right. It was dark about halfway to the village. I would have had trouble finding my way back. Thanks for bringing me back. Of course, I will see you in 3 days, Morgan. She turns to leave, but hesitates. Before I could ask what the matter, she turns back and grabs my shoulder. Beatrice? I feel her lips on mine. It only lasts a few seconds before she pulls back with a blush on her face. Good night. Good night, Beatrice. That was probably the best date I've ever had, despite the argument. She set the bar high for the other girls. I see Xander walking towards me with a knowing smile on his face. Hey, Morgan, I take it things went well. She left with a kiss. It did. I had practically given up on women before this. I think I might have to choose her. Don't make up your mind so quickly. The other two told me that you're going on a date with them tomorrow and the next day. They deserve an equal chance. You're right. That's the way I was thinking, but Beatrice, who is the Lamia, by the way, did a really good job winning me over. I expect nothing less from a Lamia. They're generally fierce competitive, even when compared to the other girls, who are pretty competitive themselves. How many types of girls are there, by the way? There's 63 types in total. I'm not going to list and describe all of them, because of how long it would take, and I'm sure to repeat or forget a couple. You'll learn about all of them eventually in years to come. 63? If there are about 30,000, that would mean about 475 each. Then they're nuts for an entire species. It's part of the reason they try so hard to get us. If they don't, then they bring the species one step closer to extinction. Several species have already died off, and a few of 63 are endangered. Krakens, unfortunately, look like they're next to go. They've been dwindling down over the years. Now there's only 12 of them left according to the last census. 12? So Reina is one of the last of her kind? I'm afraid so. Krakens are not chosen often because they have to compete for someone. A lot of guys are too disturbed by their extremely possessive nature. Understandable. She wished that she could win me over by kidnapping me and keeping me in her cave until Stockholm Syndrome takes hold. That is not okay. How long would that take? Months? Maybe faster if I have no choice but to choose to bond with her. The extinctions happen is why Rule 11 was added. That the monsters forbid multiple bites from the same species, right? That's right. It was added to prevent one species from surrounding a human and giving them the maximum number of bites. If a species continuously did that until now the other girls get a chance, someone of the other ones would die off. I hear there were over 200 species at one point, so you can see things got kind of bad. That's so many extinctions. Yeah, it's too bad. Let's see what they looked like. How are Lamias and the plant girl populations? Lamias are 700-ish, and plant girls are 600-ish. They're both doing relatively well compared to the others. Okay, so now I have to pick the Kraken just for the sake of preserving her species. It does help that she's affectionate and hot, so I guess I'm shooting for that. That's good. Beatrice and Iris don't have to worry about their species like Reina does. I see a spider girl slowly approach while looking at me warily. She looks really young, I guess around 7 or 8. Next to her spider half, she stands a bit taller than a human girl her age would. Daddy? Mommy told me to get you. She said she wants to cuddle and have her way with you. It's more hilarious when you force the innocent girl to say that. That woman. What does that mean by having her way? It takes everything I have in me not to burst into laughter. The young girl is so innocent. Daddy, what's wrong? It's nothing. I'll be back in just a minute. Go to bed, sweetheart. Okay, will you tuck me in? Of course I will. Spider Girl hugs her fondly and returns to her home. That was something. I have to talk to my wife about watching what she says to our daughter. She's usually carefree when she's turned on, which seems to be right now. I have to go. Xander's face is getting increasingly red. It's clear what he's looking forward to. Off to take care of your wife. I won't deny it. That's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have to talk with her afterwards. If you'll excuse me. He heads towards his house in a hurry. How do you even have sex with a giant spider? I guess she has to lean on her back. It depends on where the genitalia is. The spider end or the female end. There's a lot of versions. Come to think of it, if time comes, how am I going to have sex with the monster girls I chose? I have no idea how. And the creatures, what if I'm no good? I don't think it matters. I shake my head to stop from getting down the path of negative thinking. I have to worry about what to deal with. Home sweet home. Now that I'm alone, thoughts of my parents and friends rush back to me. I wish I could talk to them one last time and tell them I'm fine. Better than fine, actually. I could be getting a wife real soon. They won't even know about it. Do I have the right to complain? I was supposed to die after all. Okay, so gonna end it right here. So, okay, so the Lamia girl, Beatrice, isn't that bad. She's still really not that high on my list. So it depends. So right now, what it looks like in the census is the Beatrice. While she is good, she's not that high on my list. And even if I reject her, I don't have to worry as much. Same with Iris. I don't have to worry as much. Reina is the one I have to worry the most about because, well, if I don't, I don't know, like, will she get another chance? If she's already lost 4, and I would have to assume there's an age restriction or something. Like maybe if the monster girl gets too old, they can't produce the mana anymore. Because like usually that's how these types of things would work. So with that in mind, I have to choose her in my opinion, because if not, I could be just as quickly subjecting her to death. So I'm probably gonna pick her, and then make two other videos of it. So probably gonna make a bunch of videos on this, because I was originally planning on making this all one giant video, but after seeing how long the first one went, that sure as hell ain't gonna happen. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Share, subscribe, let me know what you think, leave comments below, and I'll be with you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.